Three scary true night shift horror stories by Mr. Nightmare. Hey man, I've worked the graveyard shift at a multitude of jobs, dog, and yeah, shit get real scary. Imagine working in a factory at night where ain't nobody else there. A place that's usually bustling with people in every room, just empty. Lights turned off, it's dark, and you gotta walk around the whole goddamn factory scanning points on patrol just to make sure that ain't nobody up in there doing what they ain't supposed to be doing. Bruh, it'd be scary. And then late night at gas stations. Anything can happen. 2, 3 in the morning, somebody come in trying to rob the place. That's never happened to me, luckily enough. But yo, we're about to go ahead and check out this video by Mr. Nightmare, man, with these scary stories. Without further ado, let's get it. By the way, I want to let y'all know, I found these pages on TikTok that do super duper crazy scary stories that get read by an AI voice, but the stories are immaculate, bro. So I'm gonna start doing reactions to those too, man. So we probably gonna have a lot more scary videos here on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Instead of at one every few days, I might be able to get one every day if those stories good enough. We'll see. Now, yeah, let's go ahead and click the video. Y'all stay tuned for those, bro. Them scary stories is good. I wish I didn't watch so many of them.
Regrettably used to work
already
at a hotel in our town. Our town had gotten hit by a hurricane a few months ago.
Never worked at a hotel.
A lot of houses were badly damaged, so a lot of people vacated the place. The hotel is about a 20-minute walk from my house. The town and hotel name I'll leave out of this, as I really just don't want anything traced back to me.
Okay.
The hotel was a very standard bed and breakfast type place. You know, where they serve wet scrambled eggs, frozen sausages, and assorted cereals.
The hotel breakfast be ass.
The hotel had a busy month after the hurricane, as some people were out of their houses due to damages. But after a while, things quieted down. If anything, quieter than before the hurricane. I always worked nights, from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Then someone would relieve me at 2 a.m. and they'd work till 10 or 11 a.m.
Okay.
I could always see how many people were checked into the hotel.
I used to work 10 to 6.
It was only maybe 9 rooms,
10 p.m.
which wasn't a lot
6
at
in the
all.
morning.
I could go the whole night sometimes without seeing anyone.
Yep.
There was a back break room for employees with a coffee machine, fridge, table, and a couple sofa-type chairs. The employee bathroom was also back here.
See, at least he had that. In the factory that I used to work at, bro, we had a little room we could go up to. First, we had to buy things, but we had a little room we could go up into and get some food from the vending machines. But it was like upstairs in a dark ass room where the lights didn't come on during the nighttime. So there I'm 2, 3 a.m. goddamn it, up there trying to get some snacks and shit. It's dark as hell. I hear noises, bruh. Scary experience.
At night, I spent most of my time back here. There was a bell at the front desk that people would ring if they needed anything. I was in the back when I heard a deep voice from the lobby saying hello repeatedly.
Okay.
I got up and went through the door leading to behind the counter and saw a man on the other side of the glass.
Can you ring the bell?
There was a glass barrier with an opening underneath about 10 inches high. He said he needed towels. I grabbed him a couple extra towels and slid them under the glass for him.
Gotcha.
He grabbed them rather aggressively, shot me this weird look, then walked to the room's hallway.
Damn, bro.
I stayed in the lobby now, sitting in the rolling chair by the monitors, and I just watched that man on the camera walk down the hallway.
At least y'all had a
looking around
window.
Weirdly. Then he started rubbing the towels on his face. I said out loud, "What in the world?"
Right?
He got in the elevator. So I went back to the break room. It was maybe 10 minutes later when I heard a voice again from the lobby. It was the same voice.
Bruh.
I walked back out and that man was standing on the other side again. He said very loudly, "My key card is broken." I asked what his room number was. He said it was something random like 2C.
No.
Something with a letter in it.
No.
Our hotel room strictly had numbers, no letters.
And I was about to say, yes, you have to be able to prove what your room number is anyway. They got to be able to look you up. You can't just, nah, bro. He was trying to get into somebody's room. Oh, hell no.
So I knew this man was lying. I told him, "Sir, our rooms don't have letters. Are you sure you're staying here?" His reaction was not something I was expecting.
Oh?
Was it something I wish I ever had to be victim to? He threw the towels on the floor, started smiling, slightly tilting his head as he got closer to the glass. When his face was practically pressed up on the glass, he said, "I'm going to kill you," still with a smile on his face.
What the fuck?
He said it again, louder, and again. Each time he said it, it got louder until it was almost a scream.
It was just deranged.
I screamed back at him, "I'm calling the police."
Right?
And I did. I picked up the phone and showed him as I dialed 911. He kept his disturbing smile as he now started mocking me, calling the police. As I spoke to the dispatcher on the phone, explaining very loudly what was happening in front of my face,
right?
the sick man laughed and headed for the door in a slow walk. I told the dispatcher he was leaving.
I'd have tried to lock his ass in.
Through the
That's not
doors and
smart.
out of sight, I said he was gone.
You don't lock him in. Not with
He asked
you.
me if I still wanted an officer to show up.
Yeah.
No, it's all right.
Man, you the hell
A
no.
couple hours of my shift went slow. I decided, for obvious reasons, to hang around in the lobby now instead of the break room.
No, I still would have wanted him to
There was
come.
one guest who checked in during this time. At around 2 a.m., my relief came. I clocked out and was free to go home.
Did you tell him about what
I
happened?
walked outside to the parking lot. It was cold out. I remember wishing I brought my coat. I walked with my hands in the pockets of my light jacket and my hood up. Then I heard a voice in the parking lot.
Oh
Turned
no.
around. There was a line of bushes that covered the first floor windows of the hotel. It came from the bushes. I don't know what the voice said. I didn't care. I walked faster now.
Uh-huh.
Once I got out of the parking lot, I was on a main road for a brief minute, but there were no cars on the road in this quiet town at this hour.
Right?
After a minute, I turned left down a residential street that would eventually turn onto my block. It was dead silent out.
Were you at least looking
The
around?
sound of any distant traffic.
Make sure you ain't getting followed?
The sound of my shoes hitting the pavement. And then the sound of someone else's shoes hitting the pavement behind me.
God,
The
bro.
sound of someone running as if on their tiptoes trying to be quiet. By the time I turned around, they stopped. There was a car right behind me, and I almost knew that there was someone hiding behind it.
Oh my
I heard
goodness.
laughing, and then a familiar voice saying quietly,
Hell
"I'm
no.
going to kill you, bitch."
Hell no.
Without even seeing him, I knew it was that man. I looked around, planning out my next move. I couldn't outrun a man, let alone wearing my work shoes.
Oh, so this is a girl.
To the nearest house.
I wish you'd have said that earlier.
An upstairs light on. Someone was awake. I would go run and ring the doorbell for help.
Okay.
I looked back at the car, and I saw him. That man, peeking his eyes out from behind the car as he inched around it to the front.
Bro.
He got to the hood. The rest of his face and upper body were exposed, and I could see his disgusting, crazy smile again. I ran for the house, screaming,
This is some
"Help me."
bullshit, bro.
Made it to the front door and rang the bell at least 3 times, and that's when the man grabbed me and started choking me.
Oh!
In my ear, "Die, bitch." In that moment, I thought my life was flashing before my eyes. And then an angel in the form of a man opened the front door to the house and screamed "hey" at the man choking me.
Uh-huh.
The man's grip was released from my neck and I fell to the floor.
When he take off running?
I never turned to watch the man run away.
Oh my
But the man
God,
from
you
the
let him
house
get
helped me up
away.
and brought me inside. He gave me water and called the police for me, and I explained the whole story to the police.
Damn.
They collected the CCTV footage of the man from the hotel and put feelers out to track him. I was called into the police station when they did a lineup of people who looked similar to the man on the CCTV footage.
Please tell me he was one of
I
them.
was asked to point out which man I thought was him. I looked at all 5 of them for like 5 minutes, and I ultimately said it wasn't any of them. I don't know
Oh.
if the pressure and nerves got to me, but in the moment, I truly didn't recognize him to be in that lineup. I hope to this day I didn't make a mistake and let that man roam free.
Bruh. Oh my goodness. First of all, yeah, I know that the story was supposed to be anonymous by who the person was, but I wish he would have said the gender, or if he did, I missed it, because I didn't know it was a girl, because I was going to say, if a dude was in that situation, probably could just beat the dude ass, provided he didn't have a weapon, but it ain't always that simple, bruh. I'm glad she was able to get away, though. That shit crazy, bro. Like, why? What the fuck is you doing, bro? Just mess with. Nah, he wasn't just mess with. He was really trying to do something to her, bro. He trying to take her out. He was just trying to kill. I'm glad the person at that door answered the door. Cause shit, she even said it. I can't outrun this dude. Like, I can't take off running. He gonna catch me. I don't know. I would have sat around in my car for a little bit if I thought some shit was suspicious. But I'm glad she got away, bro. That shit crazy. All right, story number 2. Let's go. By Mark. So this is a dude.
I work in the pro department of a home improvement company. I work the closing shift with another cashier, who I'll call Nicole.
Okay.
Nicole's a really kind but quite timid cashier. She's also very pretty, so she has a lot of contractors hit on her.
Yeah.
It's usually not that worrisome, though. A few compliments, maybe a dinner invite, which she'd politely decline. I would probably ask her out as well, if it wasn't for one detail.
Oh?
Nicole does have a girlfriend, so being hit on by
Oh.
guys on a daily basis makes her rather uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When
Makes
we first
sense.
met, I told her she ought to tell those guys about being gay, but she kept saying it wasn't any of their business, so she kept that part to herself.
I mean, that's true.
Nicole has become my best friend, and having another cashier there with you keeps things from getting lonely.
We'll probably stop the flirting.
We even cover for each other's lunch breaks. One day when I came back from lunch, Nicole started telling me about this rather creepy guy who was flirting with her. She said she politely turned him down, saying she was with someone already, and while he didn't seem happy, he did leave.
Okay.
I shrugged it off as nothing more than the usual horny guy and laughed it off. Later that day, the man came back. Nicole wasn't there, as she had left to help a customer find some lumber, so
Okay.
it was just me. He looked rather normal, probably handsome to most women, but he acted off. After looking around the area, I asked him if I could help him with anything. "I'm here to see Nicole," he told me. I asked him how he knew her.
What?
He said he had come in earlier and asked her out, to which she said yes, so he had come back in to pick her up.
You know damn well that ain't true.
I told him she had left for the day, a usual lie everyone tells to cover for their friends. His smile went away as he started looking annoyed. He said he wanted to speak to Nicole and ask her out again, which contradicted what he had just
Right,
told me
you
about
just-
accepting his previous invite.
Get out of here,
I
bro.
told him he could not do that, which caused him to cross his arms and ask me why not. I'm not the best liar when it comes to making up excuses on the spot.
Okay.
However, I didn't want to tell him Nicole was gay if she didn't want him to know it. So
That's
I
true.
just blurted out that Nicole was my fiancée. His annoyed look went to confusion as he asked me how someone as pretty as she is could go out with someone like me.
Hey.
Not a Jason Momoa or anything, but I don't think I'm that bad looking. I told him it didn't matter and that her and I were getting married in a couple months.
Yeah.
He needed to back off. He gave me a death look, but didn't say anything. After an awkward silence, he left. After Nicole had gotten back, I told her what went down. She asked me to describe him, and after I told her what he looked like, she said that was the same guy who came in before.
Yeah.
She was a bit creeped out by what went down, but she found the fiancé excuse rather funny. She even
It was a good
said she'd
excuse.
rather be engaged to me than go out with him.
Right? Good
I'm
excuse.
guessing was a compliment. A couple of weeks went by, and we had all but forgotten about the man at this point.
Couple weeks.
But one night, after it had gotten dark, Nicole and I were getting the trash together so we could close down the registers and go home. Just then, we hear a bang at the door, causing both of us to nearly jump out of our skins.
What?
It was the guy again. He had a wild look in his eyes as he kept his face pressed against the glass.
Bro.
Closed, I tell him. But he insists he needs to come in.
Nah.
Nicole yells again to tell him she's not interested, and for him to go away and leave her alone.
Right, get your ass out of
He
here.
yells that he's not here for her. He's here for me. He then says that if he can, quote-unquote, take out her husband, then she'd be all his. Based on that, he wanted to kill me.
The fuck?
I tell Nicole to run to the manager's office and call the police, and I'll stay here and watch him.
Right?
I won't lie though, I was pretty afraid to be in that tiny little area if the guy's able to get in. He wasn't the biggest guy, but he could have had a weapon on him.
True.
Plus, the store doesn't allow us to have self-defense items on us, so I was on my own here.
Right,
I
right.
then started ramming the sliding door. It
Oh,
was crazy.
no.
The doors were rattling.
It ain't that serious, bruh.
Base. Just then, Nicole comes running back around the corner with a 2x4 in her hand, yelling.
That's,
at the cops are
hey,
on their way.
I was gonna say that. Grab a piece of lumber or
The man
something.
decided to leave. The closing manager met the officers when they came, and he took them to review the cameras. Thankfully, the man was caught and arrested. Nicole nor I felt safe working there any longer.
Right?
We're still friends and even attend the same college together.
Okay.
We have separate jobs now while we pay our way through classes. I'm glad she was there to help me with the rogue man, as I hate to imagine what he might have done to me, or worse, what he might have done to her. She says she's glad I was there for her as well, as having a guy around tends to make men like him less confident in what they might try.
That's very true.
It was a wake-up call for me as to how dangerous it can be for some girls when an interested guy just doesn't want to take no for an answer.
Bruh, that dude is wild, bruh. Yo, y'all, you gotta know how to take no as an answer, family. If she say no, she not interested, bruh, move on. It is way too many fish in this sea for you to be caught up on one goddamn fish. And this ain't even about the whole fish in the sea thing. This dude is just fucking crazy. How you come back talking about, oh, if I kill you, she's all mine? Nigga, what? She already rejected you, and now you want to kill her fiance, even though they wasn't really fiancés. You know what I'm saying? Why? Bro, it's not that serious, dog. Some people are just deranged on this planet, man. Arrested this dumb ass. That's what he get. That's what he get. And it's messed up because he probably didn't stay in there that long. Because when you get arrested for crimes that you committed, not crimes that you were about to commit. And unless they can prove you were about to commit a crime, then you know what I'm saying, you'll get charged for that too. But I don't know, maybe on the camera footage they heard him say what he said, but even that's like not airtight. So that dude probably didn't even stay in jail that long. That's why, yeah, they made a good decision by leaving that job. Fuck that. Hell no. All right, we got one more story by Ghost T. Ain't no telling what gender this person is, male or female.
So this happened a little over 2 years ago now, and I wanted to share it somewhere just to look back on it one day and never forget the lesson I learned.
Okay.
It was 2016 and I had just started a new job at a motel. It was low pay, but I needed an office job. One of my friends, Michael, got me this job.
Michael.
For a few days, I did training with the owner in the mornings. For 2 nights, Michael trained me. Our job was the 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift.
Ooh.
Nothing exciting, checking guests in and
Extra late night.
My boss, or the owner, went away with his wife on vacation for a week, which is attributed to the swift training I had to endure. So it was my first night alone on the night shift. There was a monitor with security cameras around the motel's property, and large glass windows all around the office building with a glass door.
See, that's...
There was no night window.
Our hotels don't have that.
It was fairly early in the night, at about 1 a.m. I was just doing my normal check-in paperwork.
Thinking a motel and a hotel are
When
different.
a man walks in and asks if we have any rooms available. Usually if someone's sketchy, my boss has me lie and say no, but he seemed normal at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Without hesitation, I said, yes, of course, just for one? And he replies, yes.
Okay.
So I begin creating the reservation on the computer when I notice he starts swatting the air and making spitting noises. As if he's being surrounded by flies. I try to ignore it. As far as I'm concerned, it wasn't my business. So I try to check him into the room as quickly as possible.
Right.
I give him his key and he's on his way. At this point in time, I could be described as very timid. I had a lot going on in my personal life. So I hope you can all understand my reaction to what happens next.
Oh.
The man comes back from his room and slams his hand on the glass door, causing me to jump.
I would jump too.
Absolutely frightened. I look up to see him
what the fuck?
staring at me. He cracks the door and puts his head through and says, I can't get into my room. Why won't you let me into my room?
Oh.
My only defense is trying to be helpful. So I replied, maybe there's something wrong with your key. Let me give you another one.
Okay.
The look he had in his eyes was inexplainable. I felt like I was in absolute danger. I handed him his new key and he went back to his room. I tried texting Michael because he's the one who trained me.
What do you mean he stuck his head through the
It was
door?
in the middle of the night and he was asleep. I needed some guidance. With no reply from Michael, I noticed the man trudging down the stairs to come back.
No.
I go into absolute panic mode. I run into the back office and lock the door.
Okay.
I pull out my pocket knife. It's important to keep protection when working at night. I hear the man in the office yelling, hello, hello, why won't you let me into my room? Do you not like me? Me being an absolute idiot and not standing my ground and just calling the police when I'm feeling scared, I decided to take the situation on alone. I reply, I'm just on the phone, I'll be right out. I then start calling Michael over and over for help.
Okay.
No answer.
Damn.
I decided to take a few breaths and then step out of the office. The man was not there. He was in the bathroom.
Oh?
I start hearing him talking to himself, angrily saying, kill her, kill her. My heart sank.
So it is a girl.
Still being an idiot.
And
no. The police. He comes out and I say, your key was broken, I'm sorry. Let me escort you to your room. He agrees, thankfully.
Hold on.
I was wearing a long-sleeved sweater, so with my arms down, I was able to hide my knife in my...
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what the fuck are you doing? But you about to stab this nigga. Okay, get it.
While holding it.
Stab his ass, stab his ass.
To walk outside, and he seemed insistent to walk behind me.
Nah.
We began making our way to the staircase and up towards his room.
I wouldn't have went out there.
I was sweating from how nervous I was, continuously looking behind me to make sure he wasn't going to make a move.
Right.
He stops at a room, and I stop at his room a few doors down.
His dumb
I
ass.
smile and say, oh, that's the wrong room. This is your room, as it clearly said on the door. This whole time, he was going to someone else's room and trying to open the door.
Oh my gosh.
After letting him into his room, I quickly ran back to the office and locked the door.
Okay.
I found out there was a lone woman staying in the other room he was trying to get into.
Hell no.
The next guest I checked in was a police officer from a few towns over. I felt bad for confiding in him about the guy, but he seemed willing to keep an eye and ear out.
Okay.
The next night, the man came back, but I had the doors locked and told him we're all booked up.
Yeah.
I explained to my boss what happened when he got back from vacation. However, he didn't take it very seriously. I continued to work there on the night shift for the next year, where many other strange encounters have happened.
Okay.
This was one of the worst.
So wait a minute. Hold on, bruh. So when the dude was sitting there muttering, kill her, kill her, kill her, it seemed like he wasn't really talking about her. He was talking about the old girl in the room. Bruh. What is up with people? What you doing? Yeah, hey man, from all the stories that I've heard, not just here, but other places, I don't think I would ever want to work a night shift hotel job, bro. Some crazy motherfuckers that walks themselves into hotels, but at the same time, I worked at a gas station, a convenience store, a night shift. And those same crazy people walk into gas stations at night, in stores and shit at night. So you just never know, dog. You just never know. People is crazy, bro. Always stay careful. I thought she was finna stab the shit out that dude at the end of this story, but I guess it didn't even have to come that far, which is dope. I'm glad she wasn't able to get in, or he wasn't able to get into that room. What the fuck is he doing, man? That shit crazy. But yeah, man, that is gonna do it for this video. These were some good, scary stories by Mr. Nightmare. Make sure y'all stay tuned, because not only do I have another Mr. Nightmare video already lined up that I'm about to record and put that up for y'all, but like I said, them TikTok scary stories from that page that I found, them stories are so good, bruh. So I'm about to bring them to y'all, bro. So y'all stay on the lookout. So all I love to the video, like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, we up out of this thing. It's your boy Dairu, we signing out. Hey.